Hi, Professor Ganastan. My name is Lancer El Pancho.
My name is John Daniel Del Monte.
I'm JC Pabon.
I am Precious Manlangit.
My name is Joanna May B. Escopete.
We are
the
Blue
Blue
Force.
Force. Good day, Sir Janus. I am Joanna May Escopete and I will show you and explain what task assigned to me in this project. My contribution in this project is this account button. Together with Precious, we work this part. The purpose of this button, which is this My Account button, is where you can view the profile of the user, the administrator. You can change your username here, also the password. This button, Add Account, this part, you can add new user or new administrator.
Lately I can't seem to see the sunshine.
While in this part, Edit Account button, here you can edit particular account by just clicking particular row.
I just need to turn up and forget about the pain of.
Clarification, what you are seeing right now here, this button, you can only access this if your account level is administrator. But if you are user, this is only the button that you can access. Take a look at this. You can only change your password and your email. And that's all. Thank you.
Manlangit, and I will be presenting the hub part of the functions that are inside of the account tab. So, for the delete button, a dialog window will appear wherein the admin can select an account in the table and we can disable its status but not actually deleting it. The table will always refresh after disabling so that it can only show active accounts. Now, for the college and program button, just like in our previous project, this is for management wherein we can add, edit, or delete a college, and same with the program, we can add program in a specific college, edit it, and delete it. Now, we have also implemented that if a college or program got edited or deleted, the existing account records that has the old college or program will be deactivated too. Now, for the last button, which is View, here we can see all the records of the college, programs, and accounts. And we can also choose a specific status to view, the active or inactive. And most of the tables here in our project uses the code for table row sorter so that we can perform the function of hiding the activated records. We can also use it to view just the inactive records. And even for searching, it also uses that too. So for additional feature, we also have a restore button for inactive records. This is for enabling a deactivated record by changing its status so that it can be available in the tables again. But for account records, if this message shows up, it means in order to enable them again, we have to first restore the disabled college or program. So yeah. There, it's active again.
Hi, Professor Ganastan. My name is Lancer El Pancho, and I will be explaining how we manage book for organizing book category, book information, and book stock. First, in a category, we can add and edit and delete a record. Once we add an existing record, it will show a message dialog that the category name is already exist. And once we deleted this record, a book information that contains a category name of science will be also unavailable. The available tab, it will show the book information that contains the deleted category name. You can't restore this book information until you restore the science category first. Once we add the science category, it will automatically edit the book information to available status. We can view, search, and filter a record. Moving on a manage book information. Here you can specify the book or the record. Enter its accession number, book title, author, edition, category, the book stock.
Right here, devil need a Bible. But I'm
You can also edit a book by changing its picture,
from the day it revival. Revival. See the life.
changing accession number, ISBN, book title, author, edition, computer category, and book stock again. You can also delete the specified book. Here, it will change the status to unavailable. In the unavailable button, you can restore it anytime. When the user clicks the save button on Add and Edit Book, it will first validate the input of the user. If it is blank, or if it is existing on the record, and if the user enters a negative values. After that, if the input is validated, it will return true and you can add the record. Moving on in the book stock. Here we can edit a book stock depending on the user preferences.
I won't go for anything that isn't in
You can also issue a book by entering its book ID and providing the description.
anything come in between.
Once we report the book, it will move to that damage table and will not be available for borrowing. Next, we can also restore the specified book library one. The book stock you can view, filter, and search for a book stock.
No, cause it's only a matter of time that we in here, dog. Gumi said you need to get
Here on Report tab, we can view a book available and also book damage. On the Transaction tab, we can search and filter by entering a student ID of a borrower.
sense. What good is this life if all we do is pretend? Trying to see the light, but darkness wants to creep in. Way up in my mind.
In the transaction, you can select either borrower reports and return report.
Own it now.
Next is the penalties, where you can view the late fees of the returned books and computing its total collected penalties.
Good day, Sir Janus. My name is John Daniel M. Del Monte from Brute Force Group, ready to present how the administrator processes the request and how the students able to return a book.
You can monitor both borrowing and returning book in the Transactions tab.
If we keep looking outward, oh, as we try.
The system can also track and collect fees for each book that is returned late. The maximum borrowing period is 2 days, with the penalty of 10 pesos per book every day. If a user has a penalty, he or she will not be able to borrow a book until the penalty has been processed. This student was 5 days late returning a book, which resulted in a 50 pesos late fee.
Through this crazy maze of hazy days of ups and downs, we'll never get the best of us. We'll never drown, turning inward.
Hey, Professor Janus Tan. I am JCB ni Escabon from Brute Force Group of 1CSA. I will now be presenting to you the add to cart method and how the book will go to the book request. We already have here our sample of books, and now we borrow the Java programming book and add to cart. The add to cart, we now press the borrow books so that the book will now go to the request. In the request, we can see now that the book is waiting for the admin to send the request. The system will check first if the books in the cart are not exceeding the maximum number of books. If it's not, then we will have to invoke the add to cart method that simply add the item to the cart. We've created some methods for validations, like if the account is registered, if the account has already have the maximum number of books to borrow, which is 3, if the account has penalties, and if the account is registered as an admin or a user. Now, after we click the borrow book button, the administrator is the one who clicked that button, then the book will borrow automatically. Else, if the account is a user level, then it will continue its process to the request time.